Yes, 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 yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I love to see. Nothing is better than going on the road against a divisional rival and dominating them in their building. I love what I saw today. Offense did what they needed to do. They put points on the board. They were able to move the ball down the field, make some plays. Defense was flying all over the place. They were forcing turnovers. They were creating sacks. They were doing what they needed to do. They were slowing down the Browns offense, and they made play after play after play after play. This defense is playing at a high level to start off the season, and I love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing. Mike McDonald, he's doing a great job with this unit. I hope he keeps it up, and I hope this defense continues to do what they're doing. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith, they're the best linebacking duo in football, and they're showcasing that every single week. This secondary is holding up. Geno Stone got a pick. Kyle Hamilton got a pick. Brandon Stevens got a pick. These guys are doing what they need to do. We're forcing turnovers. We're creating sacks. We're putting pressure on the quarterback, forcing them to make mistakes, and we're giving our offense opportunities to put points on the board. Every week, we're giving our offense a chance to win, and I love what I'm seeing from the defense. Offensively, I love what I saw as the game went on. Early on, things weren't looking well. They were having a couple 3-and-outs. They couldn't really connect with there. Obviously, they're missing players on the offense. You're missing your starting left tackle, Ronnie Stanley. You're missing 2 receivers in Odell Beckham Jr. and Rashad Bateman. You're going out there and playing and just saying, we got to work or we got to work. Next man up. It took some time, but the offense was able to get something going thanks to the defense giving them opportunities. You know, they get that pick early on from Stevens. He takes it down to the goal line. Lamar Jackson takes it in for 6, and you get an early lead. From there, you start building. They have a 93-yard drive going down the field, just running the football, and they cap it off with another Lamar Jackson rushing touchdown. The offense started to get something going in that second quarter. They were cooking, and you saw they were able to capitalize by going down the field and putting up another touchdown. This young man, Zay Flowers, every single week he's making a big play. That's what you like to see from a young man. He's out there making plays. He's flying around. He's making great catches. That 43-yard connection from Lamar Jackson to Zay Flowers on 2nd and 29 just before halftime was beautiful. But of course, we know what's also beautiful. The Lamar Jackson to Mark Andrews connection. These two young men, they know what they're doing. They have a bond. It's great to see a bond between the quarterback and the receiver. You got this duo, this quarterback tight end duo. Like I've always said, Mahomes and Kelsey's 1, Lamar and Andrews is 2. The connection is uncanny. And that touchdown pass, right where it needed to be. Perfect throw by Lamar. Put it only in the spot where Andrews can go up and catch it, and he makes the catch. Beautiful, beautiful execution. And they continue to play like that in the second half. They maintain this lead. They water the game down, and they ultimately come out with the 28-3 victory. I love what I saw offensively as the game went on. I love what I saw defensively from start to finish. This team is playing right, and they can play like this every week. They should be able to win the division, no problem. But we're looking too far ahead. We're going to take this victory. We're going to celebrate it. We're going to enjoy it today. Tomorrow, it's right back to business. We got a brief trip back home for practice before we have to head out again to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Heinz Field. That is going to be a very, very, very tough game, and we are going to put all our focus and attention to prepare ourselves. Like I said, every week we want to go 1-0. Last week we went 0-1. This week we went 1-0. Next week we want to be 1-0. So we're doing what we need to do, and I love what I saw today. We just got to keep it up. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, if you got any questions for me, feel free to ask.
Hey, Coach. How do you feel about the Ravens' offensive performance today against the Browns' #1 defense?
Yeah, like I said, I love what I saw from the offense. Offense was a bit slow to start off the game. You know, it took some time. We were going 3-and-out, just not really connecting in some of those plays, not really taking shots down the field. It was tough, but, you know, the defense giving us an opportunity to be on a short field, to score offensively and get that touchdown, it felt like they were trying to get a rhythm. But what really broke the game open for Baltimore offensively was just we were able to get something going in the run game. You were seeing runs being showcased by Gus Edwards, seeing runs being showcased by Justice Hill, seeing Melvin Gordon get involved in the run game. And of course, Lamar Jackson, you know what he can do with the football. You know how elusive he is. He's just going out there and he's just tearing that Browns defense apart. I understand statistically they're the #1 defense, but today they had trouble. And we made sure to give them trouble. That 93-yard drive ultimately opened up the game. And of course, when you get another touchdown just before halftime to go up 21-3, you put yourself in a prime position to win this game. And I love how Baltimore was able to execute in the second quarter. We finally got into somewhat of a groove, and you started to see them making play after play after play. Once Lamar got comfortable, he started dealing. And boy, was Lamar dealing in this game. So I love what I saw from the offense. And yeah, we just got to keep it up. We got to keep it up. We got to build more in that second quarter as the season goes on. But I love what I saw from that offense today in the second quarter, and they added to that in the third quarter. For the most part, just trying to get something going all together. So yeah, I like what I saw from the offense as the game went on. But it would be great if we started faster. If we could be more consistent, we'll be great down the stretch. But it's still work in progress. We just got to get some guys back and build up the chemistry.
So the defense forced 3 turnovers against the Browns and consistently put pressure on the rookie quarterback DTR. What do you have to say about the fast start that the Ravens defense has been able to showcase throughout the first month of the season?
Oh yeah, the defense. Oh my God, these guys. Like I said earlier, credit to McDonald, because this guy is doing a fantastic job with this defense. I mean, we're missing Adafe Owe. We're missing David Ojabo. We're missing Marlon Humphrey. We're missing Marcus Williams. We're missing guys on this defense. And they're not skipping a beat. Whoever's coming into play, they're doing their thing. Whether it's Mullet, whether it's Darby, whether it's Rock Ya-Sin, whether it's Geno Stone, whether it's Brandon Stevens, whoever's coming in is doing what they're doing. And Clowney, I'm glad to have a veteran like that on this team. Clowney's coming out here and he's making his presence known. He's been great. And like I said, we got the best linebacking duo in football right now. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith are terrorizing offenses throughout the league right now. They are putting the pressure on a lot of guys. And again, you get a great game overall from the team, and you get multiple turnovers. That's what you want to see. Kyle was able to get his first pick. Congrats to him. Geno got his second pick on the season. Brandon Stevens was able to get a pick. We're just creating turnovers. We're forcing sacks. We're putting the pressure on the young quarterback, and we're doing what we need to do. It was unfortunate that we couldn't play Deshaun Watson, but that's just how it is in football. We had to put all our focus on DTR, and DTR, we made sure we made that rookie uncomfortable, and I love how he constantly put the pressure on him. He still made some great plays. He had some moments where he made some great throws and some tough situations, but we did everything we could to put him under a lot of pressure throughout the game, and I felt like it was a big part of why we were able to force turnovers and get the ball back to our offense. So yeah, I love what I saw from the defense. Defense has to continue to ball out, and yeah, we'll see if we can continue this. It will be a lot more consistent and a lot more efficient once we get guys like Marlon and Marcus and Adafe and David back. Once we get those guys back, we get more comfortable. I feel this defense can be a serious force down the stretch in the season. So yeah, I love what I saw today, but we're just focusing on building on each and every other week, just building more and more and more. So we'll see what happens next week.
So Lamar Jackson had 4 total touchdowns today against the #1 defense in football. What did you see from him today in the game that you liked? And what do you see from him so far to start off this season that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, well, Lamar is special. Lamar is special. We've all known just how special Lamar is. He's an MVP quarterback for a reason. We know what he brings to the table. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the game, one of the best players in the game. He's easily the most elusive quarterback to play the game today. We know what he brings to the table, and he's such a threat. He's such a threat with the ball in his hands. Via throwing, via running with the ball, we know what he can do, and he's always going to put the pressure on the defense because of his ability. But we know his ability to throw the football, and again, he's showing it to you guys. He's showing it, man. This guy can throw the ball anywhere, and we keep trying to tell you just how great he is, but sometimes you got to see it to believe it. And Lamar, he's going out there and showing it every week what he can do, his capabilities throwing the ball, and how he's controlling the offense. I love what I'm seeing from Lamar in terms of controlling the offense. You're watching him make adjustments at the line of scrimmage. You're watching him make audibles. He's really in command of this offense. Now, we just have to make sure we protect him. If this man can get some more protection, he is going to truly start carving up defenses the way we saw him do against Cincinnati when he had time, and even in this game when he had opportunities to throw the ball, when he had time to throw. So, it's all about getting healthy, getting our weapons back. But Lamar Jackson, despite having weapons in and out due to injury, he's been able to continue to play at such a high level. And that's why we love him. That's why he's our franchise quarterback. And we expect him to continue to play at that high level because that's just who he is. He's a competitor and he wants to win. And each and every week he's going to go out there and put up his best performance to help this team win. You're not always going to come out with victories, but you know what you're going to get out of Lamar Jackson. And every week he's going to put it on the line to help his football team win. And that's why we love him. That's what franchise quarterbacks do. So, yeah, I love Lamar Jackson's performance and I love what he did. And I expect him to do that again next week because that's what we expect from him. He's a great quarterback and I expect greatness from him every single week.
So the Ravens got conservative in the fourth quarter and chose to run the football and kill the clock. A lot of fans did not like seeing this. What did you think about the Ravens' decision to be conservative in this situation?
Yeah, it was it's not the most funnest of things. I know a lot of people definitely want us to be able to run up the score, especially when you're leading big. You just want to add to your lead. And in the past, we had times where we would look to do that, but for the most part, I'm not completely against playing this conservative nature. If you're up big, you don't want to risk injury. You don't want to risk getting your opponents back in the game. So I understand the conservative approach. As a fan, you definitely want to see them run up the score, put up as many points as possible because it's exciting to just showcase what this offense can do. Obviously, you want to showcase more of what Lamar Jackson can do, but we're not a team about stats. We want to win the game. We want to win the game, and we're going to do it our way. That's how the Ravens have always been. So, whenever we get a huge lead, we always start playing a little conservative, trying to kill the clock, make sure we maintain that lead, and go home with a victory. That's how we've always been. It's been instilled in us for pretty much all of our time being a franchise. So it's something we're going to continue to do. It's not something that we really move away from. So, if we have a huge lead in the fourth quarter and we have a chance to put the game on ice, we're going to look to put the game on ice. That's just what we do. So, yeah, I understand the fans. They may be a little bit disappointed when we start getting conservative and stop throwing the football. But, at the end of the day, I understand why they're choosing to be conservative because we just want to maintain the lead, run the clock down, keep everybody healthy, and go home. So I understand where they're coming from when it comes to that. And it's not exactly a bad thing.
So, coach, the Ravens are 2-0 in the AFC North and 3-1 right now in the season, first place in the division. How do you feel about that? Do you like being up early on in the season?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, it's great when you're able to be undefeated in your division. We're 2-0 right now. We had a tough matchup against Cincinnati a couple weeks back. We had a tough matchup today against the Cleveland Browns. You respect all of your divisional rivals and you understand how difficult it is to win a game of this magnitude, especially when you go on the road into your divisional rivals territory. So it's never easy. Obviously, we are happy about that, but that's not the overall goal of this team. Obviously, we're trying to go 1-0 each week, be it against a divisional rival or some team out in the NFC. It really doesn't matter to us. We're trying to go 1-0 each and every week. So it's nice to be, having to be up 2-0 in the division and have this early lead and be first in the AFC North. But we understand the job's not finished. We got plenty of football left, plenty of games to be played, and we have a bunch of other matchups. At the end of the day, we're going to see these other two teams that we've beaten. We got one huge matchup next week in Pittsburgh, so that's going to be a tough one against a ferocious defense. We got to be prepared for that. And later on down the road in the season, we're going to see Cleveland again. We're going to see Cincinnati again. So we understand that it's not the end in terms of seeing our divisional rivals, and we're not going to look to overly celebrate because we beat them early on in the season. There's plenty of football left, and we know we still have plenty of work to do, plenty of work to just improve and get better offensively, get better defensively, and we're just looking to improve. So we're glad where we are right now in the standings. We're glad to be winning football games and beating our divisional rivals, but it's not the end goal, and we're not just focusing in on the fact that we're 2-0 because we know we got a huge matchup next week, and we can't overlook those guys. Not to mention, we will see these other two previous divisional opponents later on down the season. So we're not exactly, jumping for joy because we have these early division leads, but we do take pride in being able to win those football games on the road because we understand how difficult it is to win. So yeah, we enjoy those wins, but we still got work to do. We're not going to overlook any opponent. We're looking ahead, and right now I'm not focused on our standings in the AFC North. I'm focused on Pittsburgh next week. We celebrate today's win against Cleveland. We move on tomorrow to focus on the Pittsburgh Steelers and try to go 1-0 at the end of next Sunday. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just going to continue to focus on our opponent week to week. We're not going to really focus on the standings or records or any stats or accomplishments. We're focused on winning and we're focused on building. That's what we're trying to do on a week to week basis. And every week we look to build. Each and every single week, we're going to build more and more and more and more. That's what we want to do. That's it. All right. Thank you.